we got called of a suspicious person here filming people, which is against their policy. So they would like you to leave.
A suspicious person. What about me is suspicious, sir?
That was filming people, walking around filming.
That's
what we got.
So by that standard, you're suspicious. Are you a policy enforcement, sir? I don't need that. Thank you.
Policy enforcement.
Right. Do you enforce policies?
That's them here.
So why are you here if you're not enforcing the policy?
All right, but the problem is, you're in a library, right? The school's right down the block. They're concerned also about
See, now you're
children.
conflating. Now that's disingenuous
No,
when you're talking about a school down the block. Ma'am, are you the library director?
I'm talking right now. Just 1 second.
Oh, excuse me. Are you the library director, ma'am?
We don't need that.
So,
The Constitution explained. Hey, what's up guys? Long Island Audit here, back again with another video. Today we're at the public library here in Franklin Lakes, New Jersey. We're here today as always to peacefully exercise our First Amendment right to film in public and publicly accessible areas, to promote transparency and accountability within our government, to ensure that our public servants recognize our rights and treat us with respect. Let's get into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're just getting inside the public library here. Let's take a look around. Looks like law enforcement has arrived, even though I haven't spoken to anybody.
Hey, good afternoon. How are you?
Hey, how are you, officer? Do you mind if I get your name and badge number, sir?
Yeah, my name is Detective Bloom. Badge number 74.
Thank you, sir.
How you doing?
Hey, how are you, sir?
Detective O'Brien, Franklin Lakes.
Thank you,
Badge
Detective
66,
O'Brien.
how are you?
Thank you. Nothing much. You guys here for me?
Yeah. Have we talked to you yet?
No, I haven't spoken to anybody at the library yet. No.
Okay. Did anybody from the library talk to you?
No, nobody.
Okay.
Why, what's up?
So, as far as I believe, you need written permission to film inside the library from the director.
I need written permission?
Yeah.
From the director of the
I'll
library.
get that in writing. Hold on a second.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Where are you coming from today?
Oh, I'm just visiting the library here, that's all.
Are you local or?
No, not local, no. No, not local.
Where are you from?
I'd rather just not answer any more questions, if that's okay with you. Thank you, sir. Yeah, no problem. So I think the administrative offices are over here. So they called you, but they didn't speak to me? I don't understand. Why did they call you? Because...
The library has a policy about filming. We're going to get it for you right now.
Okay. So no one from the library. Hey, sir, how are you?
Good, how are you?
You mind if I get your name and badge number?
Kevin Shoetrop, badge number's 82.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Slow day today?
What's that?
Slow day today?
Every day's different.
I just asked because, 4 law enforcement officers for a man with a camera seems a little excessive, that's all. I'm not a threat. Not a threat to any of you guys. Or anyone. So the administration staff is through these doors right here, ladies and gentlemen.
So we got the policy for you.
Hi, sir. How are you?
Sir, how are you?
Can I get your name and badge number, please?
Sure, Sergeant Noble.
Sergeant
Badge
Noble.
51, yeah.
So this is the library's policy?
Yes, number 18.
So it says recording within the building without express permission of the library director, written permission from all of those being videotaped, photographed, and otherwise is prohibited.
Correct.
So are you a policy enforcement, sir? I don't need that. Thank you.
Policy enforcement.
Right. Do you
That's
enforce
them
policies?
here. That's them here.
So why are you here if you're not enforcing the
The
policy?
director is enforcing the policy.
The director? And the director's name? Do you mind if I speak to the director?
She does not want to speak to you.
She doesn't want to speak to me?
No, sir.
So how do I know that she's... I don't know what... why can't I speak to her? She's a public servant.
I can't speak on her behalf.
Right. But you are, though, because
I'm just saying-
you're bringing me a
just saying
policy.
that. Correct.
Right.
From-
So
from
that
the
means you're
library.
speaking on her behalf.
Okay, if that's what you feel I'm doing.
Well, you are, sir. I mean, it's
I'm
pretty
not gonna
obvious.
dispute it with you.
No, I don't want to dispute anything with you either, sir. It doesn't seem... You enforce the law. You're a law enforcement officer, Sergeant?
Yes, sir.
Right. So this is not a law. This is policy.
Correct.
I am using the libraries for its intended purpose like anybody else would use it. I'm just happen to have a recording in my
But it's
hand.
against their policy.
Right, but their policy can't trump the United States Constitution and the First Amendment of freedom of press. I'm a journalist. I'm here conducting an investigation for a story and using the library for its intended purpose. I'm reading books. I'm looking at what they have here. How can you, that's like if they had a policy that said...
Are you filming other people without permission?
Well, it's funny that you say that because you're right below a camera. The library didn't ask me for permission to film me, sir. And do you know why they don't have to ask me for permission to film me? And why none of you who have body cameras on asked me for permission to film me today? Because you don't need the permission to film me because we're in public and there's no reasonable expectation of privacy in public, sir. So no one needs to ask for permission to film in public. Again, I'm not particularly wanting to film anybody. I'm filming books and...
Well, you're filming me, so I'm not...
Right. Well, you're filming me.
I'm that way, not on you.
Well, okay, so your detective here is filming me. But again, no one has a reasonable expectation of privacy in public. I've been through this in federal courts before. Won some federal court cases in New York City regarding filming in public and filming law enforcement officers in the course of their duty as well, which you are. I just don't understand what is your purpose here to hand me a policy?
Because we got called of a suspicious person here, filming people, which is against their policy. So they would like you to leave.
A suspicious person. What about me is suspicious, sir?
That was filming people, walking around filming.
That's
what we got.
So
for.
by that standard, you're suspicious.
Why am I suspicious?
Because you're walking around filming people, sir.
No, we only film when we get to a call.
Right.
Per our policy.
Right, exactly. Per your policy, that's fine. And I have my own policies. I have a company, and my own policies say that I follow the United States Constitution, as you should, sir. You took an oath to uphold the United States Constitution
100%.
and our constitutional rights. And has anybody complained? This is why.
That's why we got called here. Was from
No. But the staff. Okay, so that's like if you, for example, that's like if you, sir. Again, I don't want to argue with you. I'm having a conversation with you.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. So that's like if you came to a call because you complained. You're the law enforcement officer. You're the public servant. You can't complain on somebody for, you know what I mean? So they are workers here. Has anybody from the public complained that I'm a suspicious person with a camera recording them and violating their privacy in public? Which again, there's a camera right in front of you, sir, right above you.
When you walk in, and I'm sure it says that the suspect video recorded, I would think.
Right. So if I had like a shirt that said like you are being video recorded right now, would that be okay?
That I cannot tell you.
Like if I had like a T-shirt that just says you are being recorded at all times while you're next to me, that would be okay. Again, sir, my only thing is that no one asked me for permission to film me. I'm trying to use the library for its intended purpose. There is case law on these sorts of things. Like I understand that the library is what you would call a limited public forum. That means that it has to have reasonable rules in order to use the library for its intended purpose. I'm trying to use the library for its intended purpose. I'm not sitting there standing in front of anybody filming them. I'm trying to actually find the United States Constitution and some literature here to make sure that they carry it here. It's part of my investigation to make sure that they.
I will help you get that documentation.
Right. So but that's fine. But why? Right. That's
yeah.
You are using it for your intended purpose.
Right.
To go find the Constitution.
That's fine.
Go right ahead.
Right. That's all. And the only thing is, I'm holding a camera. I'm not here just to film. I'm here to use it.
That's
I'm
fine.
here to.
You're good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
No one's impeding your ability to film in here right now. So we're not taking the camera from you. We're not.
Right. Oh, I hope not. You don't seem like that's the type that would. But I've been in situations where it's not been a good situation, but I hopefully that doesn't happen here today. But again, I'm not going to give you a problem. If you are going to enforce that policy, then that's the way for me to handle this in federal court, like I've done before in the past. And yeah, right, exactly. So,
sir, can we help you expeditiously get the footage that you need so that we can come?
Well, no, I'm not. It's not necessarily I need any sort of footage. I'm using the library for its intended purposes of using the library, of looking for books. My intention right now is to look for the United States Constitution, but I'm here to use the library for its intended purpose. I'm not here to strictly film. I happen to be filming and exercising my constitutional right while using the library. You understand? So it's like I'm using the library like any other citizen could. We have rights to use the library. And again, if that policy, I read your policy, sorry, I read the policy of the I'm sorry, not your policy, but you're the one that handed it to me, excuse me. But I read the policy, and the policy from the director, it could say that people with hats can't come inside the library, or people of a certain color or a certain size. Would you say, hey, sir, they have a policy that, your skin color is a little too dark. or a little too late. Would you say that? No, right?
No. But you
It
have
doesn't make
stuff
any
here that
sense.
People you're working on or what it may have or sensitive stuff, and they don't want to film. I'm assuming that's why they have this policy.
Right. Well, sensitive stuff in what? This is a public area, sir. There's nothing
Also where the
sensitive.
Children come.
And things
Right.
like
I'm not in a. Listen, I could be in children's area, but I'm not in a children's area. No, but I know in every library there's a children's section that's cordoned off for children. Never went into that section. And I like how libraries are structured that way. That way, children can stay where the children belong.
So clearly, listen, I don't mean to cut you off. Clearly,
Yeah, go ahead.
You're here for an intended purpose. How can we help you get to your intended purpose
Well,
sooner rather than later? Because we're being tied up here.
Right,
We
and I don't
have
want you to be.
Taxpayer dollars are being used for us right now.
Right.
As a taxpayer,
By your
I'm assuming
choice.
you are correct. That you would like us to get back to our duties.
Right, yes,
sooner
I would
rather
love
than
it.
later.
Right.
Beautiful. So how come? I'm so sorry.
Excuse me, ma'am.
How could we do that?
So just let me go about my business and look at my books.
So you stated that you were looking for the U.S. Constitution.
Right.
Okay.
Do you know where that is?
I do not. Not here, actually.
Because you don't work here. That would be a question for somebody that works here.
Okay.
Right?
You wanna talk to
Yeah, sure. I'll talk to somebody that works here. No problem. Hey, sir. How are you? Mind if I just get your badge number, sir?
Yeah, let me throw my camera on first.
Oh, sure.
I just walked in.
Yeah, no problem, sir. I just like to get everybody's name.
Okay. Sergeant Donald Wilson,
Sergeant Donald. Thank you.
6'3".
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
His intention is to look for the U.S. Constitution.
Hi, ma'am. How are you? Do you mind if where would I find a copy of the United States Constitution here?
I don't know. I'll take a look in the catalog and tell you in a second.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. How hypocritical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 law enforcement officers for a man with a camera.
There's 4 of us here, sir.
Well, no, there was another officer here. Right. Seems like overkill. It must, you know.
You're right next to our police headquarters.
The police headquarters is next to here? Oh, I didn't know that.
You're free to film in our police headquarters in the front lobby if you want. We're open 24 hours a day as well.
Oh,
You're more than welcome to
right.
go there.
It's public, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
They would probably have to check with the students about me. I don't know if they started like
I'm late to the party, so what's going on?
Oh, nothing much. I'm just trying to use the library for its intended purposes here and look at some books, read some books.
Well, it doesn't
That's
look
all.
like you're doing much reading.
Well, because I'm talking to these law enforcement officers here.
You always come reading books with a handheld.
Oh, I record everywhere I go for transparency and accountability purposes, especially in government buildings, especially in a public building like this. Right.
Are you a First Amendment auditor kind of thing?
I'm an independent journalist and an activist. I go around the country and exercise my rights.
So you understand, though, the concern that's I'm late to the party. Did
Right.
you express the concern to you as to filming in here?
The other sergeant over here showed me a policy that the library has. I haven't spoken to. First of all, while I was looking at books here and exercising my constitutional rights, no one came up to me and spoke to me and told me anything. It's when you guys came here, law enforcement, that I was. You guys told me that there was some sort of policy. They showed me the policy, and I understand that the policy exists. I've seen it with my own eyes. But again, my only response to that, Sergeant, would be that a policy can say anything. You're not policy enforcement. You're law enforcement. If the policy said that, white people couldn't come into the library or black people or.
The hyperbole is a bit much on that one.
Well, I mean, it's the same. It's the same
not,
thing.
No, because
we have a right.
The policy. This policy is very specific in that they don't want you filming unless you have prior approval. It makes no mention to conflate the issue with race or religion or gender or any other issue is disingenuous.
But how? Because it's
the policy specific.
You wouldn't
states
enforce it.
that they'd like you to have prior permission before coming in because the library is accommodable. They'll make arrangements for you. I believe in independent media. I'm a big First Amendment guy too. All right, but the problem is you're in a library, right? School's right down the block. They're concerned also.
See, now you're
children.
conflating. Now that's disingenuous
there's
when
kids here.
you're talking about
There's
a
people
school
and there's
down the
children here.
block. There's children everywhere, sir. If there was, listen, for example, if I was filming in front of the school on the sidewalk, sir, that would be, according to you, would be
But you're not in the
concerning.
library.
Okay, but okay. If I was filming outside of a school on the public sidewalk, there would be nothing that you could do about it, correct?
Correct.
Correct. So, because I'm doing it in a
So,
public,
but I'm talking about why we're here.
right?
Okay, I'm not saying you're breaking the law. You said it's overkill. It's not overkill. We're next to the police station. The reason why we're here is because the staff called us. Because in their course of a day, right, or in their course of their daily business, they don't have people come and start videotaping and filming things. So they're doing their job. They have a policy, right?
But
That's
they're
why they
doing
call
it.
us.
They're literally filming everybody that walks into this building with public cameras, with taxpayer-funded cameras that are public record that anybody
Yeah,
could.
so am I. I'm filming also.
Right.
Okay.
So you are in violation of the
because
the policy as
because
well.
if anybody ever wants access to our videos, if there's juveniles on it, we redact it. So juveniles never get put out. When you do the eventual open request, I know you're going to submit. If there was a juvenile or somebody else in here, they would be redacted, right? We're not going to put out a
As
juvenile
per the Attorney General guidelines.
on YouTube or anything like that.
Right.
So there is a little bit of a difference.
Well, I would put a minor on any sort of public.
Well, we don't know that. How are we supposed to know that? You won't give us your ID. You don't tell us who you are. So how do I know that?
Well,
you're
you
not-
never. I wouldn't give you my ID, but you didn't ask for it in the first place. But
Well,
my name
again,
is
I'm late
Sean.
to the party, so I'm assuming
Right?
they asked you for
No,
your ID.
they did
Probably-
not.
Probably told you no.
They did not ask me
And I'm
for my
assuming
ID.
when I ask you, you're going to tell me no.
You're assuming wrong. They never asked me for any ID.
Okay, will you give me your name and ID so I can
My name is
verify?
Sean, sir.
Sean, and am I going to be able to? I need more than that to look you up to who you are.
Right. No, I don't want to be. That's I think that's overkill because I'm not trying to
You know what's
do
overkill?
anything.
Is you coming in here and doing this, right?
Exercising
and
my
we have
rights.
things to do.
So go do them,
Okay.
sir.
But now we're just going to leave you in here, and you're going to walk around. Are you going to harass staff? Are you going to film children? You said you were here to read books.
Sir, was I harassing anybody? You said you're late to the party. What was I doing when you walked in?
I said,
Was I harassing? Was I harassing anyone?
Are you going to harass somebody?
Was
Are
I
you going to
harassing
bother
anyone,
people?
sir?
No, you were walking around filming.
Okay. Was I looking at books?
I don't know.
Okay. Was I wasn't harassing anybody. So again, you're trying to make it seem that something that it's not. I'm not harassing anybody. I don't want to
Never
harass
said you were.
anybody.
Never said you were.
Okay, but you're trying to infer that that's
No, I'm
what
not
if you
inferring anything.
leave.
I asked you a
If you
question.
leave, that
You're
what are you
inferring
going to
something
do?
that You're inferring that what I was inferring is wrong. I was asking you a question. I said, are you going to harass anybody?
All right, sir. I'm not. I don't want to listen. I'm not harassing
Don't tell me to
anybody.
listen because I have no choice but to listen to you.
Okay.
I'd love to be out doing other stuff.
So go do it.
Okay.
So go do it. Respectfully, go do it, sir. Yes, you can. You could say there's no crime being committed here. No one is being harassed. No one is causing a disturbance. No one is being disorderly. This man is politely filming. He's not raising his
Are
voice.
you going to film children if they walk by?
Sir, I'm not filming. I'm filming what I can see. I'm filming what I could see, which is the books right now and law enforcement right now.
Okay.
There's no children here, sir.
Obviously, right? But it's a library. Okay, so eventually, come recess or afternoon at recess, right? There's gonna be kids here. That's my primary point of concern, and that the staff, right? They're here just to do their jobs.
Right.
They're here to.
And
help
I'm just
people
asked.
with
I asked this.
books.
I
Then
asked
you're
this
coming
woman
and asking
to.
where the Constitution is. I'm sure you have a cell phone in front of you, a smartphone. It takes you 2 seconds to pull it up.
So why would
What's your
anybody come to the
prerogative in that?
library?
What's
Everybody-
your prerogative to knowing where the Constitution is in the library when you can pull it up on your phone?
Sir, that's a ridiculous statement because you could literally look up any book on your phone.
Exactly. and
So
here
why
we
would
are.
anybody
Here we
come?
are.
And why? So why would a library exist? If you could look up all the information you want on your phone, why would a library
Provide
exist,
internet
sir?
access to people that don't have it at home, right? To give people a
Right.
place to come
I'm sure
study.
every single
To give
person in this
somebody
library.
a quiet space
Sir, it's
to come
ridiculous.
study.
It's
What's
ridiculous. It's
Everybody has internet
ridiculous.
access?
It's ridiculous that you would think. I'm sure everybody in this library, if you ask them right now, they have internet access. Might be some.
No. We said, why does a library exist? Right? And what I'm telling you is that
The library
it's here.
exists for the public to
people
use
here
it
right now,
for whatever
the people
intended
here
purpose
right
they
now
want.
May have, yes, they may have internet access, right? But the people that may come may not, right? So there's no point in talking in hypotheticals.
Right, sir.
Okay.
Okay. Listen. I just want, ma'am. Did you find out where the Constitution was for me?
Yeah, I have a copy right here.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. I appreciate it. Do you have like a section where there would be one for
Well, this is the government books right
like just
here, and
well, like
the
where the
342.
government? Thank you.
If you
just-
go right in that section over there, we find the Dewey Decimal Number.
The Constitution explained.
Hammer out something. Alright. But in the meantime, we'll just have an officer with them and we'll just let them do whatever he wants to do.
Board is clear on the policy that they don't want anyone filming in here. I spoke with our board
We're good, sir. We
president.
don't need that.
So,
The Constitution explained.
so that is their stance on
Yeah, that's what you called.
Yeah,
Alright.
it is our policy.
Well, he's not willing to leave, so.
To be clear, you're not willing to leave, sir?
Oh no, not unless you're threatening to arrest me. Okay, so no, I want to use the library like anybody else.
Alright.
We have all your information.
I can't speak that down.
No, it's all good. Take your office, Tom lives in here.
Thank you.
All right.
Ma'am, are you the library director?
I'm talking right now. 1 second.
Oh, excuse me. Are you the library director, ma'am?
Like last time, he was agreeing to leave. So, this guy's not.
Mhm.
So we'll just babysit him for a little bit.
Okay,
Let's go from there.
thank you.
You good with that?
I'm good with that. Thank you.
Ma'am, are you the library director? Okay. Have a nice day, ma'am. Take care.
So, if you want
Franklin Lakes Police have excess police officers on the force. They can just hang out in libraries.
no, that's it. Yeah. All right, brother. Have a good day.
You too, sir. Stay safe, okay?
Thank you.
Yep. So there's not a lot of crime here in Franklin Lake, sir?
You can look it up.
Oh, I was just asking
Town
you.
website. Use the internet access here to look it up.
Right. I know. I was just asking you. See, now you're just being confrontational at this
No,
point.
no. Library's a place of resource, piece of knowledge.
Right.
You have access to the internet, you can look it up.
Right,
I
I
don't
will.
know, your definition of what a lot of crime is going to be comparatively different to what my definition of a lot of crime is.
Okay.
So I don't
You're
want
right.
to give you wrong information. I want to give you
Right.
false info.
Right. Gotcha. All right. Thanks, Sergeant.
Good.
Yep. That sergeant is not happy. He wanted to throw me out of this library. And the fact that he can't is tearing him up. So apparently that's the library director, and they're going to have an officer follow me around the library. Absolutely ridiculous. They didn't want to take the Constitution Explained, a book that I have here. Might help them out understand about freedom and our constitutional rights. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have been here for a little while now. All the law enforcement officers have left, so we're going to be getting out of here. As we're just getting out of the public library here in Franklin Lakes, New Jersey. So this audit started off pretty chill, and I say chill intentionally because we did get a tip to come here from our friend Tua Pre. He was here and his rights were violated. Make sure you stay tuned to his channel for his video. But we wanted to come here and follow up to make sure that they respected our rights and to educate them on our constitutional rights, and that's what we did here today. It started off pretty chill, nothing happened, no public employee came up to us complaining or trying to exert authority over us. That's until 5 law enforcement officers arrived, detectives, officers, and sergeants alike. Obviously they have nothing better to do here at the Franklin Lakes Police Department. But most of the officers were pretty chill. They didn't really escalate the situation. They tried to enforce policy, but I reminded them that they are law enforcement, not policy enforcement, and that they swore an oath to uphold the United States Constitution and our rights, not policy. I don't know why so many law enforcement officers want to enforce policy. Sergeant Wilson, I will say, was very passive-aggressive and very disingenuous in his arguments, talking about minors. We all want to protect minors, but this is a very disingenuous argument, and it's only made to prey on our emotional responses. That's all it's good for. Freedom is scary. He's a law enforcement officer. He knew that I had no intention of harming any minors or anything of that nature. He knew I was there to exercise my rights peacefully. If somebody wanted to do that, they could do that in secret and surreptitiously, and there would be nothing he can do about it. It's an unfortunate, scenario, but it does happen, and they should be held accountable for that. But again, Sergeant Wilson, there was no need for that. I could tell, I felt the anger coming off of you, as I'm sure the hundreds of thousands of people that watch this video will feel. You did not like the fact that I was there recording. Thankfully, Your superiors thought better of it and did not remove me as you removed Tua Pre under threat of arrest. I was continued to film and exercise my constitutional rights, which is what this is all about. It's about education. It's about promoting education, not only to law enforcement, our government employees, but we the people as a whole. And I think we accomplished that here today. You know, our rights are like muscles. If you don't use them, you will lose them. I will say, shame on Elise Fink, the library director. She was the woman in the video who refused to talk to me and acknowledged that she was the library director. You know, she was very nasty and very rude to a Pre, I was told, and she did not like him filming. And in this case, she didn't even want to speak to us and explain what the policy was for. The policy had nothing to do with minors. The policy has to do with control, ladies and gentlemen. Has to do with you cannot film unless we give you our permission. That's what the policy stated. That's why I wanted to read it for each and every one of you. The Sergeant Wilson wanted to make it about something it wasn't. It's about controlling our constitutional rights, and we won't have that here, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we didn't leave. That's why we stood up for our rights. And I will be sending a strong-worded email to Elise Fink. I have her email. It will be in the description below if you'd like to peacefully exercise your First Amendment right to petition your grievances to your government. But let me know what you think about this one in the comment section below. As always, stay safe. God bless. I'll see you in the next video. Long Island Audit. Peace.